Hello, everybody, and welcome to Toffee Bluecast. We are live now on X and live on YouTube. So get your comments coming in. We want to hear from you. We are an Everton fan channel, Toffee Bluecast, that love to hear from Everton fans. So if you do put your stuff, we don't ignore it. We try and chuck as much as we can on the screen. For anyone new to the show, new listening, if you're on X and stuff, if you can come over on YouTube, it's boss. If you listen on X, you can still comment on X. What we do is we give our opinion on both teams, how they're doing. Sometimes we have an opposition fan on. We haven't got Southampton one lined up yet, so not this time. But sometimes we do get an opposition fan on, and we do lineup predictions. You can put yours in the comments, and we'll put it on the screen. Score predictions. You can put yours in the comments, and we'll put it on the screen. And that's how we finish. So it's just full excitement, Paul. Are you ready for this? It feels like we ain't had a game for a while. I don't know why.
No, yeah, it does feel a bit like that. It does feel ages. I'm actually in our Sheffield studio tonight, so I've been out and about this week, all over the country. Been to a few grounds as well. Went past, been down Portsmouth grounds. Went past Fratton Park. Been past MK Dons. And Bramall Lane as well today. So all over the country. So it's nice to get back to a little bit of normality and say hello to everyone and talk about the Blues.
Well, if you've probably seen it on the Happy Half Hour, Paul was at Portsmouth. Now Paul's at Sheffield. Paul is on a road trip. It's his 20th anniversary, and he is road tripping all around. He's in Portsmouth, now he's at Sheffield, and he's still jumping on the channel, which we love. Wouldn't be the same without him. So happy to have you on, Paul, from Portsmouth, and now we've got you live from Sheffield.
Sheffield.
You know Everybody in the comments, do get involved. Pause, we can see you there. Emma, EFC, Legend, we can see you there. Danny Ellis, we can see you there. Please get your comments on the screen, please. We want to hear from you. We want to interact with you. Right, so here we are. Southampton. We're away at Southampton v Everton. Match preview, Paul. Chuck the banner on, as I nearly forgot, as I literally just told you I need to do that. I nearly forgot. How are you? I went on a football channel podcast a couple of days ago. Harry, Tottenham fan who comes on, so I did him a favour, and had a little bit of beef with one of the fans. He was giving it large. I gave it back to him. I represented Everton well. He was giving it large. He was like, best stadium in the Championship, and I gave it him back. And he was like, you're going to get relegated this season, and I was like, you said that last season. You said that the season before, and you said that the season before. So you're obviously chatting shite, I said to him, because we ain't relegated, and you've said it the last 3 seasons. And I said to him, are you bored of chatting shite? It was good banter. I like people that give it to us because I can give it back. And we do get a lot of crap, Everton fans, so we're used to it. We're ready for it. But, a lot of people jump on Everton at the minute. What is it with them all?
Getting threatened.
Newcastle.
Getting done. 5 games unbeaten.
New beautiful ground.
They're all getting worried. They're all getting worried.
Exactly. Hating on Everton. Why would you hate on Everton, mate? That beautiful stadium on the dock, the reflection, you can see it twice. Why would you be hating on us? What a stadium. Bramley Moor Dock Stadium. And unbeaten in 5, like you say. Didn't get relegated in the last 3 seasons because our fans are absolutely hardcore. What is there to hate about Everton? Nothing. We fight with all of our might. That's what we do. Right, people, keep your comments flowing. So let's get into this. We'll talk about both teams first. We'll have a little say on both teams. In the comments now, just let us know. What's your thoughts on Southampton? That's what we're going to just say at first, and then we'll put the lineup on the screen. But what's your thoughts on Southampton? Just short and brief, Paul.
You look at the fixtures, you look at the games, you look at the teams who are below us at this stage, and I think the same as we thought about Ipswich. I would put Ipswich above Southampton in terms of ability and squad and everything else, to be honest. So and we were hoping that we'd come away with a win from Ipswich, which we did. So you've got to kind of be looking at the same kind of result away at Southampton, and we've had some shockers, but we've had some decent away times as well. I saw a clip earlier, just a little while ago, actually, Dwight McNeil scoring his first Everton goal away at Southampton a couple of years back. So you're really looking at them, they're one of the weaker sides that you'd be looking to get 3 points from. I don't think you can aim for anything else that you try to get. If you're only playing for a draw away at Southampton, there's something wrong with you. So I think we're capable of doing it, and I think we've got a stronger side than they have, to be honest.
Yeah, I want to start off by saying on this game, I hate these games. I hate these games. When we come up against a team that looks weaker, when we come up against a game where we say we should win this, I hate them. I said this to someone yesterday when they said, "Oh, you should beat Southampton." I said, any sort of game for Everton where it's on us to dominate, I don't like them. I like games where the other team's better and we just counter-attack and we know what we've got to do. These games where you'd say, we might even look to have possession, Paul, against Southampton. Do we know how to have possession? Do you know what I mean? These easy when you play this so-called easier team. No, that's what I'm saying.
No, we don't. And that's
I don't like
anytime we play someone and we end up with more possession, we don't tend to play as well either, because we've been playing this way for what seems an age. If we're higher percentage of possession than the other side, it gets a bit unnerving, to be honest.
Yeah, it does, and I don't like that because I feel like we know what we do, which is sit back, long ball. But then this puts us in a different territory where we have to, do we sit back and long ball against a weaker team? Because we don't accept that. We won't like that if we sit back against Southampton. Plus, if you sit back against Southampton, you're inviting them on and you're probably putting a bit of confidence into them at home. So I don't think you can be like that. I don't think we can.
No, I agree.
I really don't. That's what scares me on these games, because if you sit back against these, like, no one will sit back against Southampton because a lot of will see them as a weaker team. And by the way, Southampton fans, I do respect Southampton. I'm just saying some will say they're not an informed team at the minute. But I don't like. We've got to go at these. We've got to go at them. Keep coming in, people. Paul, I can see in as well. Eugene, and keep coming in. Make sure you hit that like. We're on our way to 2,000. We are. So people are jumping on the shorts. People are loving the shorts, jumping on the shorts, and they are getting behind the channel. And when the subscribers are going up, you know what I mean. Even if a lot don't come over on Twitter because they've been a bit grumpy, a lot are backing us on YouTube and they do like the channel. So make sure you hit that like and subscribe. Let's get to 2,000 before Christmas. Let's do this. That's the challenge. Right, Paul. So Southampton's team, this is the team that they played last game against Manchester City.
Let's have a little look then.
Let's have a little gander. That's Everton's. Let's do this one. I mean, you're in charge of Everton's. There we go. Is it on the screen now? I'm pretty sure it will be.
Coming up. Here we go.
There we are. So, people, this is Southampton's team. You might need to make the screen bigger, which you can, and you'll see it. But this is what they played last game against Manchester. And they didn't really get a bad result against Manchester City, did they? They handled themselves.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not sure they would play the same kind of formation, to be honest, home against us. But you're looking at those players, who would you pick out as being the most dangerous? I mean, you know, as a unit, they've not been absolutely awful all the time. You know, they run a couple of teams fairly close and have scored goals, but
what they defended well against Manchester City, though. It was
great,
1-0, Paul. No, it was 1-0 against Manchester. I just looked on my phone. I couldn't remember the score. It was 1-0. So I think any team that gets a 1-0 against Manchester City, you've got to think that they're defending quite well as this what they've played. Walker's was someone that we was linked to a couple of times. He's quite decent into Peter Walker's. Lallana, ex-Copite, snap him. Downs, he's all right. Fernandes, he's all right. Archer, I could be wrong. Paul's a stat man. I'm sure you'll tell me and people in the comments. I'm pretty sure Archer had never scored before when he scored against us or something like that. That Archer for Sheffield United, probably. I don't know.
It wouldn't surprise me. It absolutely would not surprise me, to be honest.
Yeah, I could be wrong, but
well, that's us, though, isn't it? That's us.
What scares you? Anything, Paul?
No, not really.
What?
No,
what you
I mean,
even.
Week? I think our problem would be not sort of going at them enough. But like when you said that before, I don't expect us to sort of press them high. I just don't expect it. Is maybe what we should do.
We need to. That's what scares me. Yeah, that's what scares me.
Just what I can see us doing is what we've done before. To be honest, is defend that
Show
half
them too much respect
and try and pick them off. And I hope it doesn't go like that. I hope we do press higher up the pitch. But Dyche will, if you sort of go on the other games that we've had, Dyche will see it as, well, we're not going to concede on the break or anything if we defend the half. So all we've got to do is make sure that we create a couple of decent chances to get the 1 or 2 goals, and then the rest of it is defending as a side. I'd be surprised if it was a high line and a high press. I really would. But there's no one in that side that makes me think, you know what, they're the one that we've really got to look out for, to be honest.
They're all obviously they're professional players, so they will be on it. So, and even players that don't look anything on paper, they'll turn up. There'll be a team that want it. So you have to be careful. Comments coming in. I just see Emma say, Dan, I've laughed at all week every time I think of the bedsheet story. Bottom bed sheets, don't get them tight. Lesson learned. Nearly got suffocated. Popped over my head. Thought it was the end. Really did. So I had a fight with a bed sheet. Lost. Paul's has commented, we will win tomorrow. If not, Dyche should be sacked. He means business. Eugene has said, I think Southampton will struggle in the Premier League this season. Obviously, I've just asked you all to comment on what you think on Southampton. A few have come in, which is cracking. Paul's also said, I'd be very surprised if Pickford was busy this game. He would leave gaps for yeah. You would. Well, looking at that attack, like you just said, Paul, you'd feel like you could handle them. I don't want to say that after me cursing the Iwobi thing last time, but you'd feel like you could have handled them, wouldn't you?
Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, we'll have a look at what we think ours should be in a moment. But even if you sort of lining up 1v1 in each position, I mean, obviously Southampton fans would see it completely different because they see him every week. But I can't really pick out anyone who would potentially be better 1-on-1 against our lads in those opposite positions, to be honest.
Oh yeah, one thing I forgot to mention this. I forgot to mention this. What about England's number 1 in Southampton's goal? Are you scared of him?
Well, he's not been having the best of times, is he?
Oh no!
But England. You know what though? It honestly doesn't matter. There'll still be plenty of people who'll say he should be number 1, and then when he makes a mistake, they'll say, "Oh, Pope should be number 1," and then when Pope makes a mistake, "Oh, Henderson should be number." It's nonsense. It's absolute nonsense. Pickford is the best English keeper by a country mile. Absolutely brilliant.
He hasn't been that.
And to be honest,
he hasn't been that good for these. Aaron Ramsdale, England number 1. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! No! That's what you need. That shot on it, innit? England number 1, and all the blunders that he's done just recently. Right, Paul, have you got ours? And should we try and work together? People, what we want to do is this is where we massively get you involved. It's where you've got to do quite a bit of typing. We want your 11 players that you will play tomorrow, and it's quite an interesting one. So please get your lineups on the screen. We do want major interaction. Our subs are going up. we do want the subs to massively interact with us. That's what this show's about. We want to have a Friday night where you just get involved. Right. Get your lineups in the comments. Me and Paul are going to try and do a joint one here. Told you Keane would play last time, by the way, and you put Bradway in.
You did. You called it.
You little bugger.
You called it.
You little bugger.
It's true enough.
I didn't want to do it, but what are we?
Well,
3?
It's what was going to happen, and you know what? It'd probably be the same again, won't it? Won't it? You think?
I'm not sure. No, I don't know. What formation we going?
Yeah, it should. It'd be what we normally have, wouldn't it?
Get your lineups in,
4,
people.
2, 3,
Make
1.
sure you hit that like and subscribe.
So,
here we go.
Jordan shoeing.
Pickers.
And you know what? It'll come down. They'll do that on match of the day. I'm sure they will. Put Ramsdale against Pickford, and who had the best game, and blah blah blah. So I hope we keep the clean sheet and we actually smash Southampton with a few Ramsdale mistakes, just to put all that nonsense to bed. To be honest,
I felt really bad. I felt really bad on Pickford I was just going to say, I felt really bad on Pickford because I just literally put a short of Everton's training up of Ndiaye absolutely ripping Pickford to pieces in training. I put it up. Everton trained at the stadium, and then Ndiaye has gone and ripped Decore to pieces with a fancy back turn and left Decore on the spot. And then, this is what I say about Iliman and Skilliman and Ndiaye, is we never had a player that can do one skill. And Ndiaye does one skill, ripping Decore, and then he had the composure to go one-on-one with Pickford. Pickford go like that and completely go around Pickford with another skill to go around. He's got back-to-back skills, and Ndiaye is. And he's a sexy player. And Ndiaye is just something else. And I can't believe that he's ours. I love him. But yeah, Pickford got shown up in training by Ndiaye, but everyone gets shown up by Ndiaye. Right, Paul, let's do this. Left back.
Yeah. Well, first of all, what do you know from what Sean had a chunder about yesterday or today?
It's the first time I haven't listened to the press, and I'm not going to lie, I'm getting a bit bored and peed off with the press, to be fair, because I know for a fact that Daesh will speak about last game like it was okay when I didn't think last game was okay. I was really frustrated with it. So I have started to not listen to the press as much, which is bad. But I did hear...
go on.
McNeil is not available. I just know that by what was on X. McNeil's not available. So we know that.
I think presumably, the main from what I read, the two main things that were discussed were the sort of battle for getting in the side between the 3 or 4 centre backs, and what was the other? Brozier as well was mentioned, like he should be, but the way Sean was talking, he's not going to be back for ages. The way
doesn't matter. That's why I said I don't listen to the press conferences, Paul, because Daesh is like, he's got Daesh just. It seems like he likes that it takes so long to get a player back. I get that there might be a process and that it might take long, but he doesn't give that attitude that, we wish it could be quicker, but we've got to be precautious. He's like, he rubs it in like, no, he's got this long on the machines. He's got then this long looking at the grass. Then he's got this long where he'll be actually on the grass. And then when he's done on the grass, he can play 321s.
Stood next to the grass. Stood next to the grass.
He can play 321s matches.
He can see the grass.
In the under 21s matches, he'll get dropped and he'll be off the grass on the AstroTurf. And if he's not good enough on the AstroTurf, he'll go at the five-a-side courts at the local park playing against kids. So he can either move forward or backwards. So he can either go back at the courts or he can go courts, AstroTurf, grass, and then actually play under 21s and then finish by actually playing in the real team.
Yeah, you
That's what I've
can't
got to say.
actually go on the grass because you're not allowed on the grass.
Not allowed to wear your football boots on the grass.
Not allowed to go on the grass.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying today. Thank you, everybody.
Yeah, Emily reckons Dwight will start. You know what? It wouldn't surprise me. And the thing is, and we'll look at it now, is that everyone else seems to be generally fit. But the way he was sort of talking about Jared and Keane and O'Brien and Tarks, he was almost setting her up for, well, I'm not going to change anything kind of conversation. You know, that kind of...
When McNeil hurt his leg, Paul, I was hoping it was his third leg and he could get away with it. But it wasn't.
Nasty.
No, you don't want that, do you?
So,
you don't want that. Right, let's do this.
Left back then. Are we saying Miko?
Yeah. I think the only reason it wouldn't be Mikalenko is if Dyche decided to play Coleman right back and Ashley Young left back. I think that's the only reason. I thought, by the way, Mikalenko was one that looked himself a little bit last season. I've seen the old Mikalenko last game. He got stuck in. I liked it. He was decent, I thought. Because he didn't have an easy job, Mikalenko didn't. Because Mikalenko was against Traore. And Traore, I was really scared of. And I thought Mikalenko handled him really well. I did. So big up to Mikalenko for making Traore not look that fast. I can't remember Mikalenko looking scared of Traore. So, yeah.
No, but
the other side was dangerous. Mikalenko's side, we was okay, you know. So,
yeah. I mean, I felt when we were talking about Traore, I thought we were fairly justified in our thoughts about lack of end product and stuff, and I thought Mikalenko did his job well enough to stop him getting anything half decent across, really. So, two centre backs now. If it's what we think it will be,
we've got to try and get it right, haven't we? We've got to try and get it right.
I know what I would have.
We know what you'd have, but what would Dyche have? That's what we've got to try and get what we think. We like to say when the lineup comes out, oh, we got it right. We like to pretend we know what we're doing.
Well, I don't think he'll change it, personally.
I'm going to be really peed off if he plays Keane again. And this is, by the way, Keane has been fantastic, and I'm happy Keane's okay, because then when he comes to fill in when Tarky and Branthwaite ain't available, you're a lot more confident. But he's nowhere near Branthwaite's level. I'm not being funny. We didn't put a price tag on Branthwaite for 80 million for no reason. You wouldn't be putting a price tag on Michael Keane for 80 million. So that speaks for itself. Branthwaite, we wouldn't sell him for no less than 40 million. You wouldn't get 40 million for Michael Keane. So it shows that Branthwaite is the better player. And yes, Michael Keane, it's sad to see him drop for himself because he hasn't done nothing to get dropped. But it's about Everton playing the strongest team, Paul. So I think we've got to hope that Dyche would make me a very happy man if he does put Branthwaite in. But whether he will.
So what should we put? Because I don't think he will.
Michael Keane is my lad. I can't drop Michael Keane. That'd be wrong. Can't drop my own kid, my own son centre back. I can't do it. No. That's what it probably is, yeah. Right, let's go. Paul's house is getting robbed. Let's go.
The cat having a sneezing fit. Well, I think Keane's going
to... Branthwaite. No, I'm not doing it. I can pay off, man, yeah.
All right, okay.
Why don't Dyche just make Everton fans happy? Because we want to see Branthwaite. Do you know my reason as well, Paul? I think if we are... We don't want to be sitting and get deep against Southampton, inviting them on, giving them confidence. I want to be pressing. And I think if we are to press and go for it against Southampton, Branthwaite is better than Michael Keane to press because he's got the pace where he's comfortable on the halfway line. Where Michael Keane and Tarkowski on the halfway line, they haven't got the speed to get back with the Southampton players. So I think Branthwaite and Tarkowski, I really do.
I agree with you. That's what it should be. Yeah. But Keane, having played half decent in the last couple of games, we'll see.
You don't know, do you? You don't.
Does it mean Young's going to start at right back? because according to some people, he's been our best player for the last 3 games or something.
Even you said that. Even you was on that. You was on the
I
wagon a
said
little bit.
all right.
You was on the
I said
wags.
he did
You
all
was on the
right.
wags, mate. I seen you licking your
I said he
lips
did all right.
when Dyche said Young's available for next game. You was like, yes. Good. Yeah, Ashley Young, fantastic experience as well. I love it. Ashley Young. I don't care what happens in the past. It's about what you're giving me now. And Ashley Young, he's giving me some good experience finally. Finally doing what I wanted him to do when he joined us, showing that experience that he had for Inter when he won the league with Inter and the experience he had with Man U. I like him. He'll probably ruin it this game, but yeah, he's going to go there for me.
Go on, him.
This is
Middle
tricky now.
diddle. Now, this is the question. It's not so much who is going to be the two defensive mids. It all comes around Dwight McNeil not playing, and he has been playing in that 10 spot. So
yeah, Dwight McNeil's not available for me. I'm sorry, but
other people are capable of going in that 10 spot, but it's about how much do you change and who comes. There's a little bit of shifting around. So in that 10 spot for McNeil, you've got Harrison could go there, and Jai could go there, Decore could go there, or you could just play as a regular
2 strikers,
three if you like. You could also do 2 strikers. So
yeah.
It's about, I suppose one of the questions is, will Decore fill that number 10 spot? Because if he doesn't, it wouldn't surprise me if he filled in one of these 2.
That's where he has been playing, isn't it? Yeah. Decore has been the main. Decore has always been in that 2 at the minute. So this is the big dilemma. He's moved from the number 10, hasn't played there for a while. So we've moved him out of that number 10 position because he wasn't doing it in the number 10 position. And we've moved him deeper to cover in that deeper role, which he's done a fantastic job, by the way. So this is the dilemma for a lot of people. Well, a lot of people are asking the question.
I was going to say another knock-on kind of question is, if Lindstrom was to come in, right, would he play Lindstrom, or would he rather have Lindstrom in the side, or would he have someone else who would take Decore's place in those 2 midfield places? Do you know what I mean? I don't think he fancies Lindstrom at all. So if Lindstrom doesn't come in, then I'd imagine Decore takes that 10 spot.
This is where I'd like to see Dyche have a bit of ballsack and actually play Lindstrom in the number 10. Because I think sometimes when Lindstrom plays on the wings, he struggles with the physicality of tracking back. And I think you always feel on the wings, Paul, when you play as a winger, it's the hardest position to play for fitness. And I think if McNeil played in that luxury 10 position, that if Lindstrom played in that 10 position that McNeil's been playing in, he could be good. He could. He's quite technical. He's got a good shot on him. And if you was to say to me, McNeil's been in the 10 and McNeil's been tidy on the ball, he's got a good shot on him. So he's been nice in the number 10. Lindstrom, if you used to say what's Lindstrom's game, he's quite tidy on the ball. I think he could be good in the 10, Lindstrom. And when he come to us, that was his position. So I think if Dyche had something about him, it'd be nice to see Lindstrom in that 10 and say, what have you got? This is your chance. Get me some goals.
He don't fancy him though, does he? He does. He wouldn't.
No,
I don't think.
It's not going to happen.
I really don't think he would.
No, it's not going to happen.
I do think.
I would like to see it. That's what I'm saying. I would like to see it.
I think he'd rather have Decore in the 10 and Jai left and Harrison right. To be honest,
yeah, 100%.
I think he'd have someone
with you.
Mangala and Garner Gay middle or something like that. Because I just don't think he fancies Lindstrom starting again.
100% with you. Yeah. So, I'm a bit. I just think that if Decore wasn't doing it in the number 10, I think Lindstrom would have been more technical in the 10. I know he's not going to do that, and put those players in, Paul, that you've just said, because that's exactly what I think as well. I completely agree with you, but I don't know. Decore in that 10 for me. I don't know. He scored a goal in training, so who knows? Let's put him there. It is what we're going to see.
I think I think it's a way of playing that we should have learned by now that it's not great. To be honest, I think we can do better. Really,
One big positive.
if we've got to have him somewhere, then middle of midfield is fine. Number 10 to try and create things, not so much for me.
Decore did score that goal that got disallowed where he was just offside. He was unlucky. And the good thing is about this, I am going to put a positive spin on this. The good thing about it is Decore has got a lot of energy and he has done the defensive work in the back two of the centre midfielders. So having Decore in that 10 does look like we're really strong in the middle, doesn't it, Paul? Like Garner Gay, Mangala and Decore. There's a lot of energy there.
Defensively,
defensively, it makes us look stronger. And even though we're only against Southampton, you still have to be precautious because we need to make sure we're solid this game. Do you know what I mean? And I think putting three good centre midfielders in the middle sometimes can win you games. I mean, it looks like we've got three defensive midfielders there, but Mangala can push on, Decore can push on box to box. And we've seen Garner Gay, bloody hell. He nearly took the goal off last game, didn't he, with his strike? So it's not as defensive as it looks because Garner Gay does score goals. Mangala, I feel, we ain't seen it yet, but he can be decent on the box. And Decore, he plays the 10 box to box, so it's not that bad.
Yeah. I hope all the goals that we've scored away from home this season have all been in the first half. So I do hope we don't sit back straight away. I do hope that we try and get the game won like we did against Ipswich. Doors, really, yeah, and try and get the business done early on. And
completely agree.
Sort of go from there, really. But we shall see. But I think, and like you say, that's possible. That's
decent. That's when we just put the Southampton team on the screen. Our team looks a lot stronger, which is a scary thing to say because I don't like to be cocky, but you'd like to think Mikolenko, push on as a left winger, Ashley Young, push on, Harrison and Njayi, get really close to the striker with Decore in the 10 and really just press them all over the pitch and go for this game and put the fear into them from minute one. They can do that. They can.
Obviously,
this is the biggie.
The other thing, which has been a massive conversation all week, has been Beto or DCL.
Yeah, it has been a big one.
Which camp are you in?
I'm in King camp, mate. Beto. I'm Beto.
Oh, yeah.
And I know you probably ain't. Yeah, because why just and I know Calvert-Lewin can be the better striker. He's got the better something about him that's a little bit better, but he doesn't take his chances. And why does Calvert-Lewin, Paul, get the luxury? Why does he get the luxury of being able to miss 2-3 chances as a striker, but Beto can't play and gets moaned at if he misses one chance? Like, Beto's probably on the bench. Because Calvert-Lewin is now putting a bit more graft in, we're all saying, well, at least he's trying. But do you just want a striker that tries, or do you want a striker that finishes every chance he's got?
Yeah, I mean, Beto's he obviously got his that was his 7th goal for us against Fulham.
Not bad for saying Dyche give him no chances.
No, well, 6 of them been scored after the 70th minute, which shows
he's going to. He's a stat.
If he makes an impact, generally it's because he's come off the bench. So, do you take that away?
That's not the reason, though. No, that's not the reason. No, and I think it's really unfair for people to say that Beto's a good impact player. Well, he hasn't had the chance to start. We don't even know if he's a good player. Beto has not played 3 games in a row. I don't even know if he's had back-to-back 2 games in a row. Since Beto's joined, he hasn't really had a chance. And if it was anyone else, you'd be saying, that's unfair. They've not really been given a chance. But Calvert-Lewin, you give him 10 games to score a goal last season when he hadn't scored in 10 games. You give Calvert-Lewin 10 games to score, but you can't give Beto 2 games in a row. Doesn't really make sense to me. I just think in this game, if you put Beto up top this is what you've got to do as a manager for me, Paul. Beto clearly wants to give everything for us. Beto clearly wants to make a point. He was emotional last game after scoring. He will run through brick walls for us. I'd say, right, Beto, here's your chance, mate. Go on. Go and see what you've got. And Calvert-Lewin can come on at half time if Beto's not doing it. But just give him a chance. Like, just give him a chance. And he could score straight away. And then you've got Beto and Calvert-Lewin in competition, which is helpful for us, I think. You're not with me on this, are you? You don't want to start better, do you?
I'm not. I mean,
I can see.
The thing is,
tried, everybody.
With the reaction when we were speaking about Beto, I absolutely love how he ran all the way to the centre spot and like bang on the floor, and he was in tears at the end. He cares. I get that.
He's a beast.
I get that. And I think a lot of people would choose Beto because of that as well.
But it isn't just that he cares. It isn't just that he cares. He can head a ball better than Calvert-Lewin at times. He's got a good header on him. He really does put the centre-backs under pressure. So when you can get a lot of success out of running off Beto, play the ball into him, get a couple of bounces off him. He has got a bit of game. I know he hasn't put it together yet, but he can be really effective and he can find the net. He scored against Newcastle a really good solo goal. He scored a really good goal against, I know it's Doncaster, but the header that hit the bar, Andy scored. So, I don't know, man. I know you're not. You're not on it, Paul,
one shout on there. Blues was
not on the Beto train.
I'm not. I'm in the station waiting for him, to be honest. The thing is, like Blues mentioned then, that we win more with Decore. And, if you haven't Decore, you're going to have Beto.
Yeah, I get it.
Both of them up front. I think it's so erratic. I don't think anything gets held up. And I know some people would sort of say, oh, well, you don't get goals just by holding up the ball, blah, blah, blah. But it is an important part of the game because it does bring other people into it. And there were signs that when we've had a couple of decent games, the Palace one being one of them, that when the ball has gone into DCL and he's able then to sort of knock it off to someone like Njai, then it brings the whole team forward. I just don't know whether it would stick enough for us to bring the whole team forward when we need to. I really don't.
Yeah, the comments are coming in. I mean, you've asked the question. I do like the subscribers are getting involved here. And this is how we want the show to be. And Emma's commented, why not play both? I wouldn't mind. We have tried it before, though. And I've seen a lot of people saying play both. They don't click.
Tried it once. I think we tried it once and it didn't go well, but we weren't on a great run either at that point. No. So it wasn't particularly because of them. It was as a side, we weren't particularly putting anything together. I think if you've got players like Njai and if Harrison's on it, Mangala's involved because he's decent when he's on the ball. And if Garner's on it like he was against Fulham as well, then you got more of a chance of finding those two. But
should be in your head, it's good. In your head, you're thinking Beto's a beast. He's strong. Calvert-Lewin's he's a big lad as well, and they should dominate centre backs as a two. They should literally tag team, high five, and say, right, let's work together and smash these centre backs up. But they both look like they don't know each other when they play together, and they also play like they're in competition with each other instead of each other together. I don't know.
I know we're kind of going back a good, what would be 20, even 30 years. But if you sort of look at teams when they've had a fantastic pairing, they have produced some amazing runs. Do you know what I mean? Even sort of lower down the scale. I remember Wimbledon, bloody hell, Wimbledon. We're playing like Wimbledon in the mid-90s. And they had Gale and... not even Fashanu, Gale and someone else up front. Just two big lads, just two towers. And that's what it was, I'm not saying these two, our two, or anything like Shearer and Sutton. Two big lads doing what they were doing for Blackburn, And there's ways to actually benefit from having two lads up front, but you've got to be confident in the rest of your team to be able to keep the ball and produce. And I don't know whether we can keep the ball enough.
It's mad because when we got Dyche, we all thought it would be a 4-4-2. I think Dyche played Vidra and Chris Wood up top with two strikers. So
Probably.
Dyche did. He used to play
Barnes used
4-4-2,
to be
but
on it
he
there a
hasn't
lot,
done it
didn't
before. So
Barnes and Wood, yeah.
Paul said I would I put DCL in my starting lineup, but I prefer to do Beto. To be honest, you just had that on the screen.
Yeah.
Why can't they work on the striking? To be fair, man, I've just put that short up. They clearly do work on the striking, but you can you can train as much. You can train and put the ball in top corner 24/7 in training, but when it's a game, it's different. It's how your nerves are in a game, isn't it, Paul? You can't. Some things you can't train for, and I think shooting under pressure, it's just butterflies, adrenaline, and you've either got it or you ain't with the shooting, ain't you, Paul? I don't think you can do as much shooting practice as you want, but I don't think it helps that much. I think that you're either naturally a good shooter or you're not. Do you? These players, remember, these players are like 20, some are 21, but these players like 24, 25. They've been playing football for 25 years. 25 years. Imagine how much shooting at goal you've done in 25 years. If they can't shoot at the age of 25, when they've done training twice a week for probably about 15 years, if they can't shoot, shouldn't even be in the game. You know what I mean? Do you agree on that?
I mean, yeah, well, at that level, generally skill wise, it's not what you're working on. You're working on positions of play, phases of play. You know, what happens when we receive the ball in this area of the pitch? What would we then do? You know, so they'll have worked on every time that it goes to Pickford, and then Pickford throwing it out to Young, for example. You can tell that they work on the ball that goes eventually to Tarkowski, and then he drills a long ball diagonal over to Njai or McNeil, for example. And the same on the other side, Keane at the moment would be the one knocking it diagonal across to Harrison. And it's from there, what do you do? So skill-wise, then I don't think Sean Dyche is teaching Njai how to do rolls with the ball and flicks and that and the other. You know, he might be telling him, where can you go when we're in this position with the ball? You know, who can you look for and where are they going to go and things like that. That's generally what I would think you should be doing. I don't think Sean can tell any player about doing tricks and flicks and all that sort of stuff.
Comments off flooding in, and I do like this. Mark Riding's just said, my lad's first away tomorrow.
Oh,
we're going to do it for your lad, Mark Riding. We're going to do it for your lad. We need to. Hopefully, we actually have a good game like that. We always talk about the Brighton one, don't we? Where we score like 5 goals or something like that. Hopefully, we have a cracker. Mr. Nobody, we know you. Squirrel, love him from X. We cannot work on the striking force because we have no strikers who can find the back of the net. Yeah, I know. They do need to get better. But they need to start changing, don't they?
I tell you what, I know I was on about skills. And stuff, but I hope DCL's been working on some one-on-one and approaches to goal and stuff like that over this week.
It's shooting's
that's getting ridiculous.
I thought because Calvert-Lewin's this like I am. Let's just say I am. He's an I am man. Because he's like, he likes the pressure. He likes to take the penalties. I thought when Calvert-Lewin used to be better at finishing than what he was under Carlo, he's gone proper shite at finishing. And I don't get why. I honestly thought he's the sort of person, when he gets in those positions, he just score, and put it in the back of the net. He looks like he should be that cocky player that does it, but he doesn't. He really doesn't do it. And, well, we ain't got confidence in putting him in, Paul, because we still ain't playing with a striker yet. Who are we going for?
It's true enough. Well, you know what? I don't think out of the comments that we've had, you can decide either. Because we've had shouts for both. We've had shouts for both. It's been
a good topic. I've enjoyed it. That's why we have to stayed on that topic for a while, because there was a lot of people in the comments getting involved on that, and that's what we want. We want to hear what you've got to say on this, and it's a good topic on striker. Should we go better then, Paul? You said better, didn't you?
I
know you didn't. I know you didn't.
I didn't at all, and you know I didn't. But just for you, I will go better.
Guess the ball, you know. Beto is our king. Beto is our king. When he scores, he makes a toffee sing. Beto is our king. Beto is our king. Let's get singing that again and love him. Let's just love him. I want to love him. If he loves Everton and he loves the fans and he wants to die for us, then I'll cheer him on, mate.
He definitely
Yeah,
does.
let's put Beto in. We know it's going to be Calvert-Lewin, though, don't we? Michael Keane's going in that. Michael Keane's going to go in for Branthwaite, and Calvert-Lewin's going in for frigging Beto.
It looks like. But even that, I would still expect some sort of decent result away against the Southampton side with that 11, to be honest. So I guess we'll only see when it happens. So we've got lots of people who have given us 11s as well. If you haven't done all, then send them in, and I'll make sure that I've got them all. So Pause has said Pickford Coleman. I'd like to think so. He's thrown Young into left back, bad looks of it. Tarks and Branthwaite in the middle. Mangala and Decore, Lindstrom on the right, Harrison on the left. And Jai centre, middle diddle, and Beto. That's how I'd go. I like your positivity. I'm not sure Sean agrees with you. Emma's emoji game. Have you done your hair?
Yeah.
It looks good. Pickford and goal.
I went for Alien yesterday. But literally, I did get this gorilla one as well for Halloween. I actually went for Alien instead of the gorilla one.
Yeah.
I don't know. How do you remove the thing?
What, your mask?
Yeah, well, no, the screen. Here we go. I can feel it calling in the air tonight. I can feel it in the air tonight. Hold on. I can feel it calling in the air tonight. Come on.
Oh, God.
I'll breathe on them. I had the alien one on yesterday, and the alien mask, it was claustrophobic, that was. It was claustrophobic, but yeah.
It looked it. Hey, I've met that gorilla, by the way. I've met that gorilla from that advert, yeah. Nice chap.
Really?
Yeah.
Cadbury's. Can't beat it.
Massive. Young,
right. Come on, let's do it.
Branthwaite, Miko. What's that? What's that one? Not sure. Mangala.
Paul, you've got this. I don't need to back you up.
Garnagay, Illiman. We've what's the one after got Mangala? Who's that after Mikalenko then in that emoji? She's gone two people up front. She's got Beto and DCL going up front. So is that Lind? Maybe that's Lindstrom. I haven't seen a Lindstrom yet. Is that a storm? Is that a cloud with a storm, I think?
Well, yeah, Peaches is Pickford. Wheelchair is Ashley Young. Then you've got Tarkowski as the trophy. Then you've got Branthwaite as the goat. Ashley Young as probably... Mikalenko with the bandage. Then the other one, I can barely see the other one. But yeah.
Yeah, so it's Lindstrom. It's Lindstrom. She's got Lindstrom playing. And then we've got Mangala and Garnagay in the middle. Illiman with Beto and DCL up front. Paul has gone for Pickford, Young, Tarky, Jared, Mikalenko, Lindstrom and McNeil. Either side of Garner, Mangala and Harrison. Oh, hang on a second. All right. Is that Lindstrom or McNeil? All right. Lindstrom or McNeil, Garnagay, Malanga, Harrison, and Jai in behind DCL.
Yeah, so he's basically just he's doing what I said. Lindstrom in the number 10 there, I think.
Yeah,
maybe.
Well,
on the wing. Yeah, in the number 10, I think. Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing Lindstrom in the 10. I don't want us to mistreat players. We get players. I think we've got to just believe in them. Believe in them.
Possibly.
Sometimes. Lindstrom could be a good number 10.
Blues has gone Pickford, Young, Tarky, Branthwaite, Miko, Garnagay, Mangala, I presume that is Decore in front of those two. Lindstrom, hello, Cat. Lindstrom on one side, Njai on the other, DCL up front. Emma does say that he could play Lindstrom on the right, Harrison on the left, and Njai could be the number 10.
Yeah.
That's a good point. Let's see. Just while I find one or two others.
There's loads. By the way, people, this is how I like it. I like the way you're performing in these comments, people, because with some people, when we've done these lineup predictions, haven't put the lineups in. Bit lazy. Get involved. Put your lineups in. We do like it. And when we've got loads of comments, that's what we like to see. We like to interact. And thanks, everyone, for getting involved and putting your line. I know it's a mission to put your lineups on, but we really do like reading them and seeing what you've got. And is that all of them, Paul?
I think that's the main. The main ones. We're getting some score predictions in, so that'll be the next.
I was trying to find a big beat for the score prediction. What's the big beat for the score prediction? Let's get some beat for the score predictions, everybody. Score prediction time. Score prediction time. Let's do this. Score prediction time is coming in, everybody. It's where things get exciting, isn't it, when you start doing the score predictions? Spurs are on my shit list now, Paul.
Are they really?
Yeah. It's that time, people. Score prediction. Get your score predictions in the comments. We finish on score predictions. Yeah, well, no, I love Harry, Spurs fan, and I didn't mind Spurs, but when he started talking about him smashing Everton and Everton getting relegated, I did get that little hunger where I said to the other Spurs fan, not Harry, the other Spurs fan, I said, "Wait until we play you, mate. We're coming for you. We're coming for you." I was ready. Do you know when people knock you down, you just want to play them and smash them up. And I'm looking forward to smashing Spurs up the second. They were lucky to get 4 last time. We'll get 4 this time. Right, everybody.
One last lineup was Bob. Bob said Patterson.
Yes, Bob Stevens.
In it right back.
Oh, I wish.
Talenko left
I'd
back.
love that.
Danthwaite and Tarks, Garner Gay, Mangala, and Njai in the 10.
Wish, yeah.
How would we do that? We've got Garner, Mangala, and Njai 10, Lindstrom, DCL and Beto up front. So be interesting.
I think he's got wing backs there, you know. Wing backs, probably.
Possibly, yeah. Actually, could be a good shout. That
Patterson, right? Wing backs. Patterson, probably right wing back. No, I don't think it's wing backs. I think he's just 4-4-2 hardcore there.
Could be.
Interesting one. But, right, score predictions. Yeah. Let's do this.
Right.
Let's do this. Come on.
Who you going first?
Come on. Let's do this. Let's pump it up. Score predictions.
That's what he does, doesn't he?
Look like you wafted a fart then.
Well, that's what Sean does.
No, I don't know why he does it. Eggy, get the egg. Get the egg going. Eggy, love the egg. Get the egg going, everyone. It must be like a meme machine tactic that Sean Dyche has got, like at the end of the game, like drop a smelly eggy fart to knock the opposition out. Like when he goes like that, drop the bombs, get the farts going. You know what I mean? Dazzle the opposition. They've all had beans. Right, let's do this. Come on then. Let's get serious. Score predictions. Do you want to go first?
I don't mind. Yeah, I'll go first.
Ooh, this season means business. Go on, lad.
Yeah.
Go on, lad.
You know what? I might actually. I'm going to go for a repeat of Ipswich. I'm going to go a 2-0 win.
2-0.
2-0 win. I think. Especially, I mean, sort of looking at the sides there, just. I can't see it being a high-scoring game, but we're in a decent bit of form. I think we played all right in parts. You know, there's some decent performances against Fulham. Fulham are a far better side than bloody Southampton are, and I think that if we put Ipswich above Southampton, which I would personally, we play the same way. I think we'll get same result. Makes sense. So, yeah, I'm going 2-0.
2-0. That is Paul's score. Well, who are your goal scorers, Paul?
I'm gonna go.
Get
I'm
your
gonna
goal
go
scorers in the
similar.
comments, people.
I'm gonna go similar again. So I'll go Njai to score, and I'll go Tarkovsky as well.
I'd love to see him join the number 10. You know, I seen him training, and he looked a lot more attacking in training. Maybe they are getting Njai in the number 10 and playing Harrison on the left and Lindstrom on the right, and still playing Decore in the centre. You don't know, do you? I'd love that. I wouldn't mind Njai in the 10. That's his position. And Njai behind Calvert-Lewin or Beto could be dangerous. You want in that number 10, you want someone that's good on the ball, skillful, and can cause real threat in that number 10 position. Inleman and Jai, he can do that. And that is his actual position when he joined number 10. So just something to keep in your heads there. Right. My score prediction, everybody. Get your score prediction in. You've got me on the Njai now. You said him scoring. I've seen it in the 10, not on the wing. I'm going to go 4-1 Everton, you know. I want this away win for this young lad's first game. You know what I mean? 4-1 Everton. I know it's a mad score, and I know it sounds cocky, but why can't we beat Southampton 4-1? We scored freaking goals against other teams. And Jai, Paul, you've got me on him. Skilly man and Jai. Decore will probably pop up, I've got a feeling. He where we all question whether he can score, he'll probably score. So, Njai, Decore. Harrison needs to score a goal, man. He's doing my head in. Harrison, he just needs to turn up. He's miles better for Leeds. Harrison, Decore, Njai, Harrison, and every time he gets the ball, Beto is our king, mate. Beto's got to be in there for me because I've got him striker, haven't I? So there's me 4 goals. For them, it's going to be that Archer, probably who's striker from last game. 4-1 is my prediction. Right, let's get theirs on the screen, Paul. Let's do this.
Right, well, Pause has got a thing now. He's not lost. We've not lost since he predicted 6-2 last week.
Love him.
So he's gone.
One day this will happen.
He's gone 6-2. Njai twice, DCL twice, and Keane. So that's 5. I presume an own goal is in there.
He hasn't. He's actually changed it because last time, although his score is the same, I think he's actually put not Michael Keane twice this time, just once. So he's calmed down on the Michael Keane hype here.
He's going more realistic, I think. More realistic.
He's calmed down a little bit. This is a calm one for him, believe it or not.
Paul's gone 3-1
to the top. So positive, Paul is. You know, I like him. He's on my vibe, big time. Paul is. I love him.
He is. No, he's good actually. I'm just seeing because he posted earlier as well. Just seeing whether he's not called as any goal scorers as yet. So I'm just moving.
Don't worry if you forget. Don't worry.
Well, it could be anybody.
Score prediction.
Some mad ones. I mean,
3-1's a lot. Yeah.
Bob's been on the red wine or mixed it a little bit. 12-0
red wine. What a song. Love it. 12-0 to bet. Yeah.
12-0 Beto. Or 0-12. You know, however you like
Bob
it.
Bob put 12-0 to Beto. So does Beto score 12 goals? But Bob probably does. I'll take it. I like it a lot. Right.
Yeah, he did say it's got to happen some week. It's got to happen sometime, I think he said.
12-0 it's got to happen some week. It ain't happened for about 10 years.
Yeah. Isn't it?
Love it.
Love that.
Love it.
Blues has said head and heart says 2-0 and Jai Lindstrom. But horrible feeling in my gut. This is you hedging your bets, Blues.
Yeah.
Come on. Be that bit more positive. Don't bring us back down to earth too much. If you're saying 2-0, I'm saying 2-0. It's going to be 2-0.
Do you know what I am? I hate these games, though. You know, I believe in us and I believe we can do it. But I have got that thing in my head where I know we're shit these games.
Don't you start?
No, I get whether I said it all along. Like when people say to me, "Oh, Southampton are crap," I hate that. I'd rather think that Southampton are good and go into it thinking we're going to have a hard game. I hate a game where Everton are expected to win because I never expect them to win. It's always, I want them to win, but nothing's expected. Southampton, they need to do something. I've seen Southampton fans thinking we're crap, and they're saying this is where they can get a win, and this is their big game. We haven't got. I listened to the Southampton pre-match that I tried to get the Southampton fan on, but they're saying like we need this. Everton ain't been that good this season. They're probably looking at us thinking they can have a go. Bournemouth, we wasn't good. Bournemouth, they'll probably fancy it, but no, we are going to do it. What else have we got, Paul?
If you're in that situation, you would anyway, wouldn't you? Danny said 2-1. Very possible. Very possible.
I like
Eugene. It. I mean, Eugene's even more confident in this one because it's not 4-1; it's 4-0.
Oh, he's eliminated the goal. Eugene has taken the goal away from them. Eugene's saying, "I'm not having it." You know, I used to give them 1 goal, but now they can do one. Right, 4 goals to us, no goals to them.
You know what though? It's going to end up being 4-1 now, isn't it?
He's on the DCL train with you, though. To be fair, there, look.
The 1 week he says 4-0. The 1 week he says 4-0. It ends up 4-1.
Yeah, it'll be 4-1. Yeah, that'll be funny. I'm going to think of that in my head now. I want it to be 4-1 now and crop that. Right, let's see. What else?
Where are we? Paul said he doesn't predict the 6th scorer.
Yeah. He ain't got the keys. Paul did come in and he did say the goal scorers. Thanks, he's on it. And Jai, DCL, Tarky, goal scorers. Yeah. So I like
That's
it.
A fair shout. It's a fair shout. Blue says Logic says we'll likely win, but we're not normal. We lose games like this every season. Yes, we do. Usually,
Eliana, what's your score prediction, Eliana? We're going now. We are ending the show. What's your jump here? What's your score prediction? You have to say Everton to win, though. What score are we going to win?
2-0.
2-0. Who's going to score?
Us.
Yeah, obviously, us if we win 2-0. Who's going to score? And Jai, Decore, Calvert-Lewin, Beto?
Calvert-Lewin.
What?
Calvert-Lewin.
Calvert-Lewin and who else?
Beto.
Calvert-Lewin and Beto. She's probably on the 2 strikers, isn't she, there?
Why not?
Calvert-Lewin and Beto comes on. So Calvert-Lewin and Beto score 2-0.
Came back with a 3-1, and Chris is in, and he reckons Beto 1-0. Beto 1-0, 96th minute, header from outside the area. Awesome.
Bad for the nerves. Imagine our fans would be fuming if we do. Takes that long to score, but I like it, Christopher. As long as we win, I don't care. As long as we win, I don't care, but that'll be stressful.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It would be. It would be. But decent result is what we want. A decent result is what we want.
We have done. We do try and keep these shows 40 minutes now. We have done the hour, but there's been loads of interaction. We don't mind going over 40 minutes if there's loads of interaction in the comments because that's what we're here for. Just Everton fans having a chat. There's been loads on. We do like it. Remember to hit that like and subscribe. You do need to push us as a channel. The more subscribers we get, the more of a following and viewing that we've got, the more opportunity it gives us to get people like Begovic on the show. We need to look like a channel that's doing well for ourselves to get good people on the channel. We've got Begovic cracking. We've got sports psychologist, big timer, cracking. We're looking to push and get stuff on that you want on this show. So, and also, the more people that follow Toffee Bluecast, the more people that follow Toffee Bluecast, the more opportunity it gives us. So say like if someone's doing charity work, we can get them on as a guest and promote them because we've got a big following. We love to do that. We love to do good deeds like that. So if we can get our following as big as we can do loads of good stuff with the following we've got to help charities, to do stuff. That's our aim, honestly, as a channel, what we want to do. We want to get our viewing up as much as we can, get a big audience. And then sometimes when we want to say back a charity, we do it. Competitions, we do it. There's loads of stuff that we're going to do. Get behind us. Hit that like on the channel. Let's come off and see about 30, 40, maybe even 100 likes. And let's let the subscribers hit that 2,000 that we're pushing for because we're going to do it. We said it by the end of the season, but we're on 1,600 already. So we're having a cracker. Love it. People are getting on the subscribe button. I think the shorts are open as well.
Yeah. Paul, send it on X. Send us a thing. We'll retweet it for you, mate. And can you just satisfy Emma's lust and let her know that you're going to do a Sparta video at some point.
Yeah, I've still got the spot at home upstairs, but it doesn't fit that good. I'm gonna have to get a proper one. I'm gonna get a proper blue one this season. You put it this way, right? I have never, ever been so determined in my heart to win a derby than I am this. I really, really, really want to win this derby. So what I'm gonna do on the channel for this derby, get ready, mate. Get ready, because I am going to be so pumped up for this derby. They lost the league at Goodison Park, and it felt so good. And I want us to beat them and knock them off that top part of the table, mate. I'm ready for this derby, Paul. I think we can smash them. I don't know what I'm going to be. I'll either be a Spartan or I don't know, but I'm being something hardcore, Paul. Rocky. I could be anything. You never know.
Could be. It's true enough.
You never know. Right, everybody. Thanks for listening. Remember, do hit that like and subscribe. Get behind us. Game tomorrow. Game day tomorrow. Love it. Can't wait. You get excited when we do the pre-matches, don't you? Game day. Have a boss one, everyone. Up the Toffees. Have a good one. Keep watching the shorts. They are funny at the minute. Get on them. Love it. Up the Toffees.